Who is my neighbor? When we think about this question, we might picture the people who live next door, or those we see every day at school, at work, or at the grocery store. But our neighbors are not just the people closest to us. They are everyone in our community, people from different backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life. Currently, I serve Edgewood Avenue Christian Church, or EACC, on an interim basis as a pastor. Jacksonville is one of the largest cities by land area in the United States, with a diverse population spread across urban, suburban, and coastal areas. EACC is in one of Jacksonville's oldest urban environments, committed to neighborhoods and small businesses. But no matter where one lives in this city or the state of Florida at large, everyone shares something in common: our environment. And one aspect of the Florida environment that everyone shares is heat. ClimateCheck.com declares that the biggest climate risk for Jacksonville is extreme heat, with the city expected to experience approximately 45 days this year with temperatures over 90 degrees. That's about 6 times higher than it was in 1990. And those temperatures will influence precipitation and flooding. Environmental issues impact all of us, but they do not affect everyone equally. Some people face bigger challenges because of where they live, their jobs, or their access to resources. So today we are asking, who are our neighbors in Jacksonville, and how do climate issues affect them? Let's meet 6 groups of people who live in Jacksonville and see how environmental challenges affect them. First is low-income families in urban neighborhoods. Low-income families live in areas with older housing and less infrastructure to handle extreme weather. In fact, my chief criticism of Jacksonville in my time here is how badly the oldest properties are neglected. Excessive disrepair creates dangerous and frankly ugly neighborhoods. Rising sea levels and stronger hurricanes cause flooding in these areas that damage homes and makes it harder for people to recover. Many of these families also deal with poor air quality from nearby highways and industrial areas, increasing health risks like asthma. Coastal residents and fishermen. Jacksonville's coastal areas are beautiful, but extreme heat rises sea levels, strengthens storms, and changes the water in ways that threaten aqualife. Fishing and seafood workers rely on healthy waters, but pollution and warming oceans make it harder to maintain their livelihoods. When the environment suffers, so do the jobs that depend on it. Black communities in historic areas. Historically black neighborhoods in Jacksonville, especially those that were formerly segregated, have faced decades of environmental racism where polluting industries were placed near their communities. Today, these areas still struggle with high pollution levels, heat islands where temperatures are higher due to fewer trees and more pavement, worsening with increasing heat, and limited access to green spaces. This increases health problems and makes it harder for families to improve their lives. Military families and veterans. Jacksonville is home to many active duty military members at the Naval Air Station, plus the many veterans who have remained since. Many live near military bases, which can be affected by flooding and severe weather worsened by extreme heat. Climate change also threatens national security by making military operations more difficult. Veterans, especially those experiencing homelessness, face additional struggles when extreme weather makes outdoor living conditions unbearable. Migrant farmers in rural areas. Just outside Jacksonville, migrant farm workers help provide the food we eat. They often work long hours in extreme heat without proper protection. Rising temperatures and unpredictable weather make farming more dangerous, putting workers at risk of heat exhaustion and health problems. Many also lack access to clean drinking water and health care. Finally, we have senior citizens and retirees. This is the community I serve, as my church is populated largely by residents of an apartment building for low-income seniors located next door to us. Florida is a top destination for retirees, and Jacksonville has many senior citizens. Older adults are more vulnerable to extreme heat, hurricanes, and poor air quality. Power outages during storms can be life-threatening, especially for those who rely on medical equipment. Many seniors live on fixed incomes, making it harder to adapt to climate challenges. Only recently, the chaplain of the senior center and I had to advocate that the apartment building either accelerate or delay repairs to an air conditioning system that would have left 20 units of the building without cooling in July. We reminded them that most people over 80 years old literally cannot survive prolonged exposure to 90 degrees Fahrenheit and beyond. These are our neighbors, the people we live with, we work with, we worship with, we vote with, we love. Climate change through extreme heat affects them and affects us. What can we do to help? We advocate for environmental justice, support policies that protect vulnerable communities from extreme heat. We reduce our carbon footprint, use less energy, drive less, and support clean energy options like solar power. We support local efforts, get involved in community gardens, tree planting projects, and neighborhood cleanups. We help our neighbors directly, check on elderly neighbors during heat waves, support fair wages for farm workers, and donate to relief efforts after storms. Jacksonville is a city full of diverse and hard-working people. If we work together, we can create a more just and sustainable future for this city, one where all of our neighbors can thrive. Let's make a better tomorrow for Jacksonville today.